But then your cell door opens. It's not a guard, it's someone else. Someone you don't recognize. They're wearing a uniform, but something is wrong. They step inside and quickly close the door behind them. You start to speak, but they move fast. You don't have time to react. It's over.
Ain't no way. Don't tell me that they just revealed how Jeffrey Epstein went out. What's good, y'all? It's your boy Soldaya, and in this video we gonna be reacting to Your Life is Every Level of the Illuminati. This gonna be a good one, so without any time waste, let's get right into it.
Level 1. The Broken Recruit.
Is that supposed to be Jeffrey Epstein?
You're at rock bottom. Your bank account shows negative $400. You lost your job 3 months ago. There's an eviction notice taped to the door. You have 3 days. You have no friends, no family, and your credit cards are maxed out. You have nothing left. You're done. You open your mailbox. There's just one heavy envelope, but it has no address. You open it. Inside is a single card. Purpose and prosperity await if you give yourself up completely.
What? I'm gonna keep it a buck. If someone sends me a letter and I go to the mail and I see that bullshit, I'm just gonna squeeze it up and throw it away.
Send a message to this phone number if you are ready. You stare at it. This is insane. It's probably a scam, but you have nothing left to lose. You send the...
At the same time, he has nothing left to lose, so I guess it makes sense. But on a normal occasion, if I open my mail and see some bullshit like that, hell no, I'm gonna throw that shit away.
Message and go to sleep. Level 2. The Apprentice. You wake up the next morning. There's an email in your inbox. It's from Goldman Sachs. They're offering you a job, junior analyst, but you never applied. You don't even have a finance degree. The email says you start tomorrow. You show up and you have no idea what...
When things seem like they're too good to be true, like they're moving too easy, then majority of the time it's too good to be true. There's always a catch. Always keep that in mind.
You're doing. But every time you're stuck, your phone buzzes. It's a message from an unknown number. It tells you exactly what to do, which reports to read, which meetings to attend, which executives to impress. You follow the instructions, and you rise fast. 6 months in, you're already getting promoted. Your coworkers hate you. They think you're kissing up, but they have no idea you're being controlled by the Illuminati. 1 year in, you're making $300,000. You buy a car.
Damn, bro. Actually, never mind, bro. I was just about to say something crazy.
A watch, and a nice apartment in Manhattan. You're not struggling anymore. You're thriving. But late at night, your phone buzzes again. New instructions. The message from your contact is cold. Remember who built you. Remember who owns you.
Remember who owns you is crazy. Like, that's the thing about a lot of people with these like music labels, a lot of these like celebrities you be seeing. There's a lot of bullshit, a lot of dark stuff that goes on behind the scenes. Like, it's crazy.
Level 3. The Spy. You get a text. It's an invitation. A charity gala at the Plaza Hotel. Black tie. You're not important enough to be invited to something like this, but your name is on the list, and you go. The room is full of power. Senators, CEOs, old money families. You're told to mingle. You meet a congressman's daughter. She's 26. Harvard Law. She likes you. You exchange numbers. You meet...
Wait, likes you? Judging from the way this guy's animated, bro, he seems like he's at least in his 50s.
For coffee, then drinks, and eventually dinner. She talks. You listen. She tells you about her father's Congress work, about the bills he's pushing, about the donors who are pressuring him. You take mental note, and you report everything back. The unknown number replies, "Good work. We are very impressed." Your phone buzzes with new instructions. Attend this event. Befriend this person. Ask about this topic. You're not selling stocks anymore. You're collecting confidential information.
So you're basically a slave, bro, pretty much.
You're building a network. You're a node in a system you don't fully understand, but you're moving up fast. Level 4. The Insider. You're the Vice President of Investment Strategy at Goldman Sachs now. You have an office with a view. You have your own team of secretaries. You have direct access to the senior partners. Your phone buzzes constantly now. The messages are more specific, more demanding. Buy these stocks before the announcement. Sell these before the crash. Steer this deal towards this outcome.
I wonder if this is how it actually goes, and like you with the like whole Illuminati and stuff like that. Because I have no clue. Dude, the amount of stories I've been hearing though are wild.
Not just gathering information anymore. You're acting on it. You're insider trading on a massive scale. And you're manipulating markets. You make a recommendation in a meeting, the firm follows it, and 3 days later, the market moves exactly as predicted. You make the firm $100 million, and you pocket $2 million for yourself. No one questions how you knew. They think you can predict the future or something. But your contacts tell you what's going to happen before it happens. You're not working for Goldman.
Yo, for people to know what's gonna happen before it happens, they got to be like the people who like control the whole world, like above the government, above everyone, because that's insane.
You're working for the Illuminati. You've never met them in person. You don't know their names, but you follow their orders. You trigger crashes, create rallies, you build generational wealth during this chaos. You also engineered to crash the tech sector last week. Billions of dollars shifted. Thousands of people lost their retirement savings, but you slept fine. You bought a penthouse in Malibu. You drive a Bentley, and you just got invited to Davos. You've become an asset, and a very important one.
Yo, I don't take it seriously how this animated stick figure looks just like Jeffrey Epstein.
Level 5, the ghost. Your phone rings. It's not a text this time, it's a call. The voice is old, authoritative, powerful. You've been selected for a new assignment. Politics. You're being pulled out of finance. You're now a campaign strategist. They give you a name, Senator Richard Ashford. He's running for re-election in Ohio. He's been a member for 12 years, and the Illuminati need him. You receive a wire transfer, $15 million. Completely untraceable. Your job is simple. Make him win. You move to Columbus to meet the senator.
It's so crazy that because like a lot of these like celebrities, you know, or like let's just say like a lot of the famous people, or like let's just say there's a lot of strange things going on behind the scenes. I don't know, like I'm not gonna put any labels on nothing, but they're true. There really is a lot of strange things going on behind the scene, and y'all always need to like keep watch and like keep it in the back of your mind about what's going on, because there's a lot of weird shit that happens in this world every single day.
He knows who you really work for. He's been one of them for years. You rebuild his campaign from the ground up. You hire the best consultants, you buy television ads in every market, and you run brutal attacks against his opponent. You hit him hard and dig up the dirt. An affair from 20 years ago. A drunk driving arrest that was buried, and you leak it all to the press. The senator's opponent is destroyed. And on election night, Ashford wins by a landslide. You get a message. Well done. 2 weeks later, you're given another name, a gubernatorial race in Florida, then a congressional race in Nevada. You're not running just one campaign. You're running 6. You are a ghost. Your name never appears in public filings, but you're shaping elections across the country. You're installing senators, governors, congressmen. They all owe their careers to you, which means they all owe their careers to the Illuminati. Level 6, the Puppet Master. Your candidate just won the
Yo, is that Trump? Like, what?
Presidency. But your job isn't over. You draft the legislation that they introduce. Voting guidelines, tax codes. You're not writing speeches anymore. You're writing the law. A bill passes in Texas that privatizes part of the state's energy grid. The Illuminati own the companies that win the contracts. A bill passes in Pennsylvania that changes
Damn, but from this video, bro, the Illuminati damn near own everything.
regulations. Labor costs drop, your friends make millions. You are invisible, but your impact is national. Hundreds of millions of people are feeling the effects of decisions you're making in back rooms and private dinners. You're also invited to a compound in Montana. It's your first in-person meeting. There are 12 people in the room. You recognize 3 of them.
12 sketchy people, bro. I already know every single person in that room is up to no good.
A former Secretary of State, a billionaire tech founder, and a media mogul. They don't introduce themselves. They don't need to. They tell you you're doing excellent work. They tell you you're ready for the next phase. International operation.
I feel like big money, like I'm talking about billionaires, like real big money, always comes from dark places. Like it always comes from somewhere dirty. And then there's like then there's like they have something on the side to try and make it look clean. But I feel like all those billionaires, like multi-billionaires that own these huge companies, always have something sketchy going on, if y'all know what I'm saying.
Level 7. The Shadow. You're not in politics anymore. You're in intelligence. Mossad, the CIA, MI6. You don't work for these agencies, you work with them. You coordinate classified operations that change history forever. You're given a country, hypothetically let's say Venezuela. The president is not cooperating. He's nationalizing oil assets and he's threatening to sell oil to China. But this is unacceptable. You coordinate a regime change. You don't fly to Venezuela. You make phone calls, you arrange meetings, you move money. $10 million to opposition groups, $5 million to military generals willing to defect, $2 million to journalists to spread the right narratives. You orchestrate protests, create food shortages by disrupting supply chains.
Holy.
You make the country unstable, and you make the president look weak. 6 months later, there's a coup. The president flees and a new leader takes power. A leader who's been on your payroll for 3 years now.
That's crazy. It's funny because this is how a lot of things go.
You've just orchestrated the transfer of $30 billion in wealth. You're not a spy. You're a coordinator of chaos, and you are extremely good at it. Level 8. The Supreme Magus. You're not just powerful now, you're mythical. You're a near godlike figure within the Illuminati.
Mind you, at first, this was a guy who was basically his life was pretty much ruined. He didn't know what to do with his life, and he just took this, and now look at him. But like I said, everything comes with a catch, bro. Always keep that in mind. If it seems too good to be true, it's probably too good to be true.
Of the 12, you have a title, Supreme Magus, and you wield unbelievable power. You foresee trends, alter destinies, and even own an island in the Caribbean.
To own an island in the Caribbean. I wonder who that sounds like.
Not a vacation home, though. A compound. You fly powerful guests there. Princes, presidents, billionaires. They come for the parties, the luxury, the secrecy. But you're recording everything. Every conversation, every compromising moment, and every dark indulgence. You have the footage. You have the leverage. These people are now yours.
This sounds a whole lot like someone familiar. Someone we all know, a certain Jeffrey. It sounds, but maybe I'm just tweaking, bro, but...
Forever. They will vote the way you tell them to vote. They will pass the laws you tell them to pass. They will make the deals you tell them to make. Or the footage goes public. You don't threaten them directly. You don't need to. Everyone knows. But there's a problem. Investigations into you are beginning. A journalist in Miami is asking questions about your island, about the flight logs, about the guests. The FBI has opened a preliminary inquiry. It's nothing.
Do you know how real what he said is? Like, a lot of these like freaky parties that be going on, like they be trying to get leverage onto you, trying to catch you lacking, trying to take pictures of you in like your worst moments so they can later use that to blackmail you into doing whatever they want. That's literally how they operate. It's crazy out here.
Serious. Not yet. But it's a crack in the armor. You make a phone call, and the journalist's editor kills the story. The FBI agent leading the inquiry is reassigned. You've been protected. For now. Level 9. The Architect. You don't just advise the order anymore. You enforce its will. A company isn't cooperating. They won't adopt the laws the order wants. You don't ask twice. You tank their stock. You call in their loans. You destroy their reputation.
Damn.
Within a month, they're begging for mercy. You give them new terms, and they gladly accept. A politician is resisting, but you don't debate him. You have a spy in his office. You know about his mistress, and you have many juicy recordings. You even know about the offshore account. So, you send him a folder. No message inside, just evidence. He changes his vote the very next day. You operate from your mansion in Palm Beach now. You host gatherings where the most powerful people in the world sit in your living room. They drink your wine, they discuss the future, and they make deals in secret. You also
I wonder what type of deals they talking about.
know that federal agents are watching your mansion and they're building a case against you. But you're not concerned? The Illuminati's connections run deep. Judges, prosecutors, directors. You have no fear.
Pretty much every single huge big person that's like multi-billionaire that has the connections to all those people, yeah, beware. They can be a little sketchy.
You are untouchable. Level 10. The Illuminated. You're blackmailing entire countries now. A country needs a loan? You give it to them. But there are conditions, favors, deals, bribes that need to be made to benefit your network. They refuse? The loan is denied. Their economy collapses and their currency crashes. Then they come back begging and they accept all the conditions. You've just enslaved an entire nation,
That's
economically
crazy.
speaking. You have spies everywhere, in governments, in corporations, in media organizations. You have blackmail on every politician who matters. But there's a new problem. Betrayal from within. One of the 12 is talking. You don't know who, but there are leaks. Federal eyes are watching your every move. The gatherings you host, the people who attend, you're still protected. The network is strong.
And this is how they get caught.
The walls are closing in. Level 11, the Grand Master. You control vast networks now. You don't manage one country, you manage continents. From your island, you dictate shifts in influence. You move billions of dollars, you topple governments, and you install new ones. You host
That's
summits
crazy.
where leaders fly in from all over the world. They meet in secret. They plan wars, they plan peace, they plan the future, and the world has no idea. Billions of people live their lives completely unaware that you're pulling the strings.
No, the amount of people like that, like live their lives, just go on along, but just not knowing like what this world truly is and like the type of people who truly run it is like crazy.
You decide which
That's why it's always good to like educate yourself in like these type of things.
technologies get released, which ones stay hidden. You decide which famines happen and which ones get relief. You are playing a game with the entire planet as the chessboard, and you've never felt more powerful. But the police are closing in. The FBI, Interpol, they're building a case. Money laundering, human trafficking, racketeering,
A lot of the time, these guys even like pay off policemen as well. It's crazy.
conspiracy, but you're not worried. The Illuminati's connections will keep you safe. Senators, judges, agency directors, they're all on your payroll. You've been here before. You've survived interrogations. You'll survive this one too.
That's what he thinks.
Level 12, the eye at the peak.
Yo, every single time his face is just getting more and more sinister. Like, what?
You engineer pandemics. You create resource
wait, engineer pandemics? What is he talking about?
shortages. You orchestrate disasters. A lab in China needs funding. You provide it. The research is dangerous, but it's necessary for the next phase. A virus escapes. Maybe it's an accident, or maybe it's not. The world shuts down. Economies collapse and governments seize emergency powers.
Holy.
You provide them with vaccine contracts, tracking systems, and digital currencies, and you make sure to profit as much as possible from the crisis you've created.
This gotta be like the sin of greed itself. Because how greedy do you have to be? Keep in mind, these people are already multi-billionaires, bro. Like, they billionaires straight up. But everything they do is to gain more and more money. It's insane. You know what they say, bro? The rich get richer and the poor get broker. Like, yeah. There's so much truth into that statement.
Billions of lives are disrupted and millions die. But the strategic goal has been achieved. Wealth is consolidated, power is centralized, control is tightened, but as you're sitting in your mansion watching the news, you hear it. Sirens, helicopters, your security
Yeah, it's finished. It's over for you now, bro. Now your ass going to jail.
team is shouting. The front door explodes open. FBI, Interpol, US Marshals. Before long, you're in handcuffs, tossed into the back of a car. You're being arrested. Level 13, the Fallen Angel. You're in a cell. You're in the Metropolitan Correctional Center, Manhattan. Maximum security. You're not with the general population. You're isolated, protected. Your lawyers are the best in the world. They're filing motions. They're calling in favors. Judges are being contacted. Prosecutors are being pressured. You'll be out in weeks, maybe days. The trial will be a sham. The jury will be bribed.
That's what he thinks until he gets that you're sentenced to 60 years in jail sentence.
The witnesses will be threatened. You've seen this before. You've orchestrated this before. You're calm. You're confident. But then your cell door opens. It's not a guard, it's someone else. Someone you don't recognize. They're wearing a uniform, but something is wrong. They step inside and quickly close the door behind them. You start to speak, but they move fast. You don't have time to react. It's over.
Ain't no way. Don't tell me that they just revealed how Jeffrey Epstein went out. That's crazy.
The Illuminati protects its own until it doesn't. You served your purpose. Now your time is up.
Yo, this video was crazy. I can't even lie. This is why, like, not everything that seems like good is really good, bro. There's always a catch to something. You're not just gonna be by yourself minding your business when you're gonna see a letter in the mail telling you to follow some instructions, talking about some I own you, and really expecting that to turn out well. Sure, you might get some material stuff, some nice cars, nice houses, nice all that stuff, right? But at the end of the day, what is a vessel without a soul, if you know what I'm saying, bro? If another person basically owns you, what's the point of it all? They can take it away at any given moment, and they make you do inhumane things every single time until you feel so bad about yourself. Like, you really be wondering, is it really worth it? I'm telling y'all, bro. But if y'all enjoyed this video, don't forget to leave a like, comment, and subscribe, and I'm gonna catch you on my next video. Peace.